Hello and welcome back to another CM Travels video. I am right now in Etosha National Park, right at the Pan. You're going to be talking about the Z7, the Z7 II, the 24 to 70 f4, and the 70 to 200 f2.8 with a 2x teleconverter. I'm hoping that I've got the unique package that'll get me through this safari and our rest of our tour. So stick around if you want to hear more about that. But if you're new, my name is Murray Forbes and this is CM Travels, and you know what to do. Hit that subscribe, hit that like as well as the notification bell so you know when we'll be releasing our next video. Check out the Pan. Are you ready? Brace yourself. Now that you've seen me in Etosha National Park, we have moved ourselves to Etosha Heights Private Game Reserve. It's a 60,000 hectare private game reserve that borders Etosha National Park here in Namibia. We've been out on safari for the last 2 days. It's been absolutely fantastic. I've had a really good opportunity to put the 70 to 200, f2.8 to the test on the Z7 and the Z7 II. Now what I've noticed quite quickly is that in video mode these two cameras do lack a bit of autofocus speed. I've also been pairing this lens with the 2x teleconverter, and if you haven't seen my previous review, please go ahead and check that out here, where I use it more in a garden bird life or at the garden bird feeder rather than using it out here on safari, where it works really well. However, if you're one of those people that wants to take the 2x teleconverter and put it on this beautiful lens, do be aware that the autofocus speed does get a little bit tricky. I have noticed that if I move the zoom, of course, in and out, that means that out here in the bush it doesn't seem to pick up focus. It lags big time, both on the Z7 and on the Z7 II. I've also been using the animal autofocus mode, and needless to say, while it works with cats and dogs in the garden, it's a little bit different out here on safari. I've used the tracking box in the middle, which does help from time to time, but this morning out on the drive I was trying to track a beautiful goshawk coming down and trying to grab some red-billed quailias from a drinking hole, and believe me, there was no chance that that autofocus system was going to track that falcon at that goshawk rather at that speed. It just is not possible. So that is where I have found the 2x teleconverter. While it has of course given me that extra bit of zoom which I've needed, it doesn't help with the autofocus, and I have been fighting with both of these cameras to get the autofocus speed up. However, if I've noticed that if you do change over to something like the dynamic autofocus, it does seem to work a bit better, but when I'm zooming in and out, I've had to turn the camera off, turn it back on again in order to get the focus system to really start to work. However, if this is directly on, of course, to the camera with no 2x teleconverter, it's been absolutely phenomenal, and the clarity of the images have been very good. I've been impressed as well with the video mode. Of course, the Z7 and the Z7 II are really focused on your stills photography, and I think pushing them into the videography world is maybe not really what the camera is designed for. But I want to give you my honest opinion on how I've been using it out here, and I think the Z6 II and the Z6 are more the video focused cameras. Currently you are seeing me on the 24 to 70 f4, and this little lens has really found its way quite nicely into my bag, and I'm hoping that through the journey I will continue to use it and give you a bit of a review. Our next destination is Hoanib Valley Camp. We're traveling with Natural Selection. If you need any information about where we are and how we did it, please check the link in the description below. But let's carry on with this review. now joining me here in the Hoanib Valley riverbed. It's absolutely wonderful. We've had a fantastic morning seeing desert adapted giraffes and elephants. We have seen amazing things. Our guide Mumsy has been spectacular so far, but I'm here to talk about this 2x teleconverter. I've been having some issues with on the Z7 II and the Z7 as well. Seems to be lacking that autofocus speed, which I was so hoping it would have. But naturally, shooting out here with the wildlife, it's the real test. And for me, I've been disappointed so far. I've had issues with the focusing. I've tried all the different modes. So far, the best one that's actually worked for me is the dynamic focus. That seems to be the one that nails the focus the most. However, of course, the quality when it does nail the focus has been absolutely stellar. And while we still don't have those bigger zoom lenses with the mirrorless systems, we're going to have to be sticking with this little 2x teleconverter for now. But just so you are aware of that in the future, if you're thinking about taking it out and shooting some wildlife in beautiful locations like these, just be aware that it is not something that's going to be as good as those full frame fixed zoom length lenses. But carry on the journey. Enjoy some of the short clips now of our giraffe, elephants, and even the wonderful lions, because we've got more places to see and more things to do.